to challenge the dissolution of the Adams Oshiomhole-led working committee. The Punch correspondent said they were not scared by the threat of expulsion. APC multiple court cases. Aggrieved members, their Buni panel compiles litigant list from the Punch newspaper. Let me just welcome one of my guests, architect Ade Obasa, to the program this morning. I say thank you for joining me and welcome to YS Live. Before we go in depth to what we have come to do this morning, let's just go through, analyze some of the headlines making the round here at this point in time. APC multiple court cases, aggrieved members, Dear Buni, panel compiles litigant list. It's something that had been stated as of the 25th of June 2020 that when they had a meeting, even alongside President Muhammadu Buhari, all of you, if you have cases in court, go and withdraw them. But here they are, some aggrieved members, notably from Bauchi and Ekiti states. Just heard that Lagos, Enugu and Ogun states are preparing to approach the court. Why is it difficult to come together and to harness what should be done as a party? Why all this? Some people will say this, some people say that, and nothing will come out of it. What's your take on this?
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me on this show. I think basically the problem Nigeria has presently is the different interests everyone has when it comes to politics, when it comes to anything that has to do with interests of people. Everybody has different interests, and it's really difficult, it's always difficult to lead a group of people. I mean, someone says people are the most difficult animals to lead. I mean, it's you say one thing, you find out that other people have different interests, and it's really difficult to bring them together and ask them to come for the common interest of the entire populace. And apart from that, you see, in every group there's always diversions. There's always different sects, different groups that always want to make sure that their own personal interest or probably unified interest is heard or is allowed to prevail. So I think that's a major problem here.
We just hope things can be resorted and resolved as soon as possible. Stop preferential cutoff marks for Northerners, El-Rufai tells JAMB. Stop preferential cutoff marks for Northerners, El-Rufai tells JAMB. The Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has urged the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board to stop giving preferential scores to students in northern Nigeria who sit the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. He stated this yesterday, Monday, when he was a guest on a television program. According to the governor, students in the north should not be given lower cutoff marks, but the same cutoff mark as their competitors from other parts of the country for them to be competitive nationally and internationally. I think I seem to like that. Stop preferential cutoff marks for Northerners, El-Rufai tells JAMB. With the state at which education looks like in the northern part of Nigeria today, most of the students are not interested in the quality education. But the governor of Kaduna State is here saying, look, don't give us preferential treatment. Let us be competitive. Do you think that can be achieved?
Well, I would say it's going to be a little difficult, because I personally, I did my NYSC in the Northeast. I understand what it means to actually work in a school where typically when I was serving, my school was like a 9 to 12. We had a 9 to 12 school, and my own school was 12 to 4. So every Friday you won't see a lot of students in school. So it was a little difficult. That is the trend in the northern areas. So I think it will be a little difficult. What the governor is saying is right. But to achieve it, it means they have to go back to the roots. They have to ensure that a lot of students are coming to the classes, and the quality of education there is actually actualized. I mean, without that, I mean, without giving them professional treatment, they will not be able to match up with their colleagues in other states. I think it will really be a difficult thing to achieve.
All right, probably I like that aspect whereby he wants them to forge ahead and do the needful. Okay, we still have a whole lot. Quickly, let me just welcome Francis Abumere, a real estate consultant. Thank you for joining us on Wise Live this morning. Glad to have you. We've not started, but we're just looking at some of the headlines making the round from the papers this morning. And before we go into details of why we are here this morning, ASU fresh strike threat causing panic. No agreement yet. That's credited to the federal government. The federal government has said it is not correct for the Academic Staff Union of Universities to accuse it of failing to implement the agreement it signed with the union. It said there was a process through which decisions on such issues were taken, and that process had not been followed through as far as the agreement being referred to by ASU was concerned. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Igige, who disclosed this in an interview while reacting to the fresh ultimatum recently issued by ASU, accused the union of causing panic. ASU fresh strike threat causing panic. No agreement yet. That's credited to the federal government. Gentlemen, is it, when it comes to strike, that's the only language government understands. Why? Education these days, we just spoke about Kaduna State governor saying, I want my children in the state to be competitive. If a governor of a state is saying that, and the body, the university body, they are now saying, look, if you don't comply, if you don't listen to us, we're going to go on another strike. We all knew what happened last year. Here we are again. Another strike is in the making. Should it be strike all the time before government can listen and do the needful?
I think the government should, the level of education in Nigeria has really diminished, or let me say deteriorated. If these people are making demands and they are reasonable demands, I don't think it's as difficult to give them their demands. Because other countries now, I mean, in some other countries, there are some things already in place. I mean, during the COVID-19 era, a lot of people were still in school abroad. It didn't stop their education. But we can't even achieve that in Nigeria now. Everybody wants to come back to class.
Francis, let's look at this. ASU strike. We're still a couple of weeks before ASU began theirs. We're battling with NMA, Medical Association, Association of Resident Doctors, yes. All of them together and here. Are things not collapsing in the sectors of education and the health sector in Nigeria?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the health sector in Nigeria, to me, has really collapsed. Because if you can actually allow resident doctors to go on strike, they are resident doctors. They are actually the front line of medical assistance to patients in federal hospitals. If you allow them to go on strike, it shows that our medical sector has a big problem. For example, if you don't mind me to say this, my other brother is a professor in UCH.
Okay.
And to an extent, a lot of these professors have been told to work from home. If a surgeon is working from home, who does the necessary thing in the theater? So it's the resident doctors that are the frontline medical doctors in every federal hospitals. And I don't think we should allow them, no matter what their demands are, before they even go on strike. If they give you a warning note.
Should there even be a warning?
Well, in Nigeria these days, if us wants to go on strike, if every other sectors want to go on strike, they always say, let's give the government a warning strike. It shouldn't get to a warning strike.
All right, gentlemen, we'll come because of time before we know. Lastly, okay, Desmond is speaking to me, but before we go on the next one, Ebonyi governor prays God will give Nigeria another president like Buhari. Okay, now let's take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we will continue with it. It's still YS Live on Splash 105.5.
Body, now what do you define for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink of medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink. Are they relief now? I love comics. Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
My people, now which kind thing be this now, eh? Ordinary to borrow money. People just say to me, go and be spectre, go and be spectre, go and be spectre. Sure. Now let's spectre fee salary person correct loan, sharp.
Uncle, better give yourself brain. Go collect better loan from Spectre in just 5 minutes.
Wait, me where they do my business, uncle. They go grey answer me so.
Oga, Spectre now for everybody.
You say? I know hear you.
Spectre now for everybody. Oh.
Repeat it.
Later when you take the ask me question, you for don't collect the loan online by now from myspectre.com.
Visit myspectre.com today and get that loan in just 5 minutes.
Mommy, let's play football. Mommy, help me push my bicycle. Mommy, jump rope. Mommy, here, let's play hide and seek. Mommy, let's have some Twisco. You need it.
It's easy to spot a Twisco kid because they seem to be so active. Introducing new Twisco chocolate drink powder, a unique blend of cocoa, milk, and malt, fortified with Enerfort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that helps give kids the vitality they need for an action-packed day.
Twisco, power your dream.
So slick, you gon' love it. Updated, yeah, you can trust it. So strong, it's Nokia.
Oh, Nokia X series. Love it, trust it, yeah, you trust it. Keep it, oh, Nokia X series.
Love it, trust it, keep it. Nokia X series.
Captain Mama, protector of the Ayo family. She's making our golden one in the kitchen.
Ta-da! Breakfast is ready.
Mommy, why are you always excited when we have golden morn?
Because it helps me nourish you. You know it contains
iron and vitamin C.
Yes, it does.
Enjoy Golden Morn with your family every day. It contains iron and vitamin C to nourish you day by day. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Àpò ẹ̀fọn alálòpẹ́ yóò dáàbò bo ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀fọn tó ń fa ìtànkálẹ̀ àìsàn ibà.
Nísìnyí tí o ti gba àpò ẹ̀fọn alálòpẹ́ rẹ, sá sí abẹ́ ìbòjì fún wákàtí 24 kí o sì ta á síbi ibùsùn rẹ.
Kí ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sùn sínú àpò ẹ̀fọn alálòpẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Fọ àpò ẹ̀fọn alálòpẹ́ rẹ tó bá dọ̀tí pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ ọlọ́wọ́ tí kò ní sódà nínú kí o sì rán tó bá fàya.
Bí o ṣe dáàbò bo ara rẹ lọ́wọ́ àìsàn ibà, ṣe ojúṣe rẹ kí o sì máa dáàbò bo ara rẹ àti ẹbí rẹ lọ́wọ́ àrùn kòrónà. Wọ ìbòmú rẹ kí o sì fi mítà 2 sílẹ̀ láàrin ìwọ àti ẹni tó wà nítòsí rẹ kí o sì máa fọwọ́ rẹ lóòrèkóòrè.
Bí àwọn ìdílé tó ń sùn sínú àpò ẹ̀fọn alálòpẹ́ bá ṣe pọ̀ tó, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ààbò yóò ṣe pọ̀ tó fún àwùjọ wa lọ́wọ́ àìsàn ibà. Ìkéde yìí wá látọwọ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pẹ̀lú àgbékalẹ̀ ààrẹ ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà lórí ibà.
Parents of bright learners, listen up. The Dr. Claudius Olayinka Akimusi Foundation has got something for you. The annual scholarship examination for JSS 1 and 2 and SSS 1 and 2 students is coming up. Your child can enjoy 100% 50% and 30% tuition-free scholarship into Stars Comprehensive College, Ibadan. Morning Stars Group of Schools offers academic excellence in a conducive environment for learning. Pick up forms with a token at Stars Comprehensive College, Old Army Barracks, Sawmill, Old Ife Road, Ibadan. Closing date for pickup of forms is Friday, 10 September 2021. Examination comes up on Wednesday, 15 September 2021. For inquiries, please call 0806 904 0781. Dr. Claudius Olayinka Akimusi Foundation believes that all children deserve access to quality education.
Becky, come and have your cereal.
Mommy, can I have my cereal with moral glucose D, please?
Can I also have my tea, please?
Of course, darling. As a mother, I choose Monroe Glucose D as the sweetener for all my family's cereal and beverages because it not only gives my family instant energy, Monroe Glucose D is enriched with calcium and vitamin D. When you're buying, look out for the Monroe Glucose D logo on the pack to ensure that you're getting premium quality. Monroe Glucose D is manufactured by Brand Monroe Limited.
Energy fast.
Body, now what do you define for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink. Are they relief now? I love comics. Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, need to go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
YS Live.
Yeah, definitely a whole lot's been said and opinions, suggestions as to make Nigeria a better place, and that is the reason why you have a program such as this. YS Live, bringing best heads together to deliberate on things and to make it happen. It's the YS Live, coming to you live from Splash 105.5. Beautiful Tuesday morning, and I have my guests seated already. We've not started into what we are here for. Just checking out some of the headlines making the rounds from the dailies. Just about one or two more, and let's get down to the business of the morning. I know you're anticipating that, but I'm going to just flip over. This one has cut us off from that. Onslaught against bandits can turn Nigeria into Afghanistan. That's credited to the controversial Islamic scholar, Gumi. Controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi said yesterday, Monday, that the current military onslaught on bandits in Zamfara state and other parts of the northwest will not yield the desired result. Gumi also warned against poor handling of the situation so that it will not go the way of the Taliban in Afghanistan. Rather, the cleric, in a statement on his Facebook wall titled Zamfara, the flaring crisis, noted that the federal government should handle the matter just the way it did to the NSAS protest or the Niger Delta militants. Gumi also stated that the federal government should grant amnesty to bandits in the north, just the way the administration of late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua did to the Niger Delta militants before his demise. According to the controversial cleric, military actions in the past have worsened the situation, causing headsmen resistance. Onslaughts against bandits can turn Nigeria into Afghanistan. That's credited to Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. Gentlemen, onslaught against bandits. Doing a whole lot. Kidnapping, killings, destruction, and somebody is saying, look, don't do this to these people. Leave them. Align with them. Come together. Let's talk. But day in, day out, ransom, millions being paid Francis, with what this man has said, what's your take concerning this before we round off from here?
Sometimes I actually wonder how we got to this situation in Nigeria. But at the same time, what he has said, I can tell you categorically that you cannot compare banditry and the Boko Haram with the Niger Delta agitation of those days. Why? Because they are two different things apart. People come in, kidnap, people come in, bomb, take our children from school and so on. That's terrible. And I think the solution is the fact that even if you are giving amnesty to the banditries or the Boko Harams, I support that, but I don't support the fact that you will give them amnesty and still put them back in the society immediately.
Ade, let me take your opinion quickly, so we get down to the business of the morning.
Well, very straightforward. I think, I believe these guys they are enemies of the state. And there shouldn't be any kind of bargain. There shouldn't be any, diplomatically it can be handled, but I mean, we shouldn't go Gumi's way. I mean, these guys have done a lot of havoc. I mean, people are not even, you can't even travel, like in those days you can travel down the north. You can't even do that by road anymore. Everybody's scared. So we need to really, we shouldn't be sentimental about this. Let's approach it diplomatically. If they have to be taken out, they should be.
Somebody asked me on the lighter note that how much is it to travel, how much is it transportation fare from Sokoto to Maiduguri? And somebody just replied and said, for the car or for ransom. Okay. It's still YS Live coming to you this very beautiful day. And let's just get down to the business of the morning. My guests are seated already. Coping with housing deficit, the rents and extra charges. Coping with housing deficit, the rents and extra charges. Have you ever faced house agents whereby when they charge you consultancy, you know what it means? This will be discussed extensively this morning, and my guests are with me in the house already. Both of them, luckily for us, they are real estate consultants and an architect here. To my left, both of them on the left, but my first left here, I have architect Ade Obasa, who is also a real estate consultant. Ade, thank you for joining us, and welcome once again. To my extreme left, I have another real estate consultant. I don't know, maybe he's into politics, but he looks like a military man. Francis Abumeri Aimaku, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Gentlemen, real estate and coping with housing deficit, the rents and extra charges. I did a little bit of compilation and also looking at what your state speaker, His Excellency Okundoyin, the Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, came out recently to speak about this. I will read that and some other things before we now begin to look at all these things falling into the hands of landlords, agents. At this point in time, you know what it means. But quickly, let me just bring down what's Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, who called for an urgent need to curb illegal charges and extortions by estate agents. This was when he made a move for a motion to curb illegal charges, extortion by estate agent. Now, in a motion moved by Right Honorable Ogundoyin alongside his colleague, Honorable Babajide Adebayo, representing Ibadan North 2 during plenary, the lawmakers noted it is becoming rather difficult these days for prospective tenants to rent house or shop without going through an agent. According to the motion, there is a rise in cases of people being duped and extorted by agents who collect or charge illegal fees from them, adding that some dubious agents even abscond after collecting money from prospective tenants, leaving no traceable address. Gentlemen, thank God we're all here in Nigeria. For those of us whereby we're probably in our houses, you probably have experienced the issue of landlord, estate agents, house agents in the past. Can anything be done? Because while the likes of us were all growing up, it wasn't like this. There wasn't anything about like called an estate agent. This is the agent for this house. You go directly to the landlord. This house is, this flat is, or this apartment is open, and it tells you, or she tells you, this is it, this is it. But today, you have to go through the agents. You first of all buy a form, which then I heard it was 1,000 naira. Then he now begins to take you from one area to the other. This is where we have houses, and you get there, you say, no, I don't like this one. No, I don't like this one. And you come again tomorrow. At a point, you get tired. Now, but the 1,000 naira you've paid, you've been paid. Gentlemen, can anything be done with what the right speaker has stated up in here? How to curb the excesses of all this estate agent? Is there anything? No. Are there anything? No, I will decide who will come first. don't worry. To be done concerning this. Right, architect.
Well, the number one problem is, okay, you were saying, let me start from where you stopped. You said in those days there wasn't anything like agency. I mean, there was a reason why the profession estates management was created. Now, the reason is because one of the reasons is because most tenants, when they live in a house, they don't live by any rules. And let me tell you, in those days, building a house may not be an investment, but now building a house is a real investment. So now a landlord that has built a house wants some kind of value back. Number one is money. And another thing is use my house well. Don't damage things. Now, in advanced countries, you can't even move out of a house without somebody checking that you have used the house well, and you have to repair all the things that you damaged.
But these days, you have part of what you pay is what they call this, caution fee.
Yes. Most times, caution fee does not even take care of. I mean, you live in a house and you spoil. Let's say the rent is 400,000 naira. 10% is taken as caution fee, and you spoiled things of about 200,000 naira. I mean, where do you want the landlord to? So this is where the estate valuers come in. Okay. So they take charge of the house. But you see, the problem is that most of the time, landlords don't engage professionals. They look at it that, okay, I've seen landlords who even take 10% that's supposed to go to the estate valuers. They take it as part of their own money. It is wrong. What belongs to the landlord is the rent and probably the caution fee. So now that's a very big problem. You see, a lot of people are doing this, and once they bring in a tenant, the tenant spoils the house, then it becomes another problem for the next tenant, because the landlords will just say, okay, if you can repair the house, just live in the house like that. So so we need the estate valuers and surveyors. We need them.
Consultant Aimaku, let's look at, I still like that aspect of this consultant, because before growing up to this level, staying in a house, I encountered one, and it's always been an experience I will never forget. House rent was about then 150, and they said it was going to collect 90,000 naira as
professional fee.
It's not a professional fee.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is this right?
150 rent and 90,000 naira
professional
fee. Well, you're not actually defining what the 90,000 is about.
He said that's
somebody to my office. You need to pay him 10%. Yes, you need to pay him 10%. And you mentioned,
why is that so?
Because he has actually done a job for you. Without him, you will not know that I have a property I want to let out. Without him, you will not even have information on a lot of properties which he must have actually gathered from other colleagues. And without him, you will not even be able to probably get to myself and do the inspection. So he has actually worked for you.
But there's the point whereby it is one thing that will lead to one thing, and should that always be so? This 10% thing, hasn't it risen more than that at this point in time?
No.
All right. We'll come back to so much to discuss on the topic this morning, coping with housing deficit, the rents and extra charges, and my agents, real estate consultants are in the house this morning. We will get back to you very shortly after this commercial break. Please stay with us.
Mama Put! Hey, the last time you were here, you weren't feeling well. I went for the blood test at the health center and found out it was malaria. But you look much better now. I felt better when I started the drugs. In fact, I didn't need to finish taking it. Don't you know that complete the treatment, it's useless? But I'm saving the medicine for next time. Please give me my draw soup and fufu. Mama Put, why are you serving me half plate? Since you are practicing saving techniques, let me help you save the rest of your food for later in case you get hungry again. How? I will definitely get hungrier and I will not be able to focus on my work. See, not completing malaria treatment is like taking half portion of food when hungry. Your malaria can come back more serious and the drugs you have saved won't be enough to treat it then. Sense, Mama. I receive sense, oh. I go do am correct now. I promise to complete my remaining medicine.
Receive sense, so do am correct.
Fever can turn serious if you don't seek care quickly, especially for children under 5. Test first and complete the treatment accordingly. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health and the American people.
Mama Ejima, well done, oh. Abeg, give me one toothpaste.
Toothpaste don't do.
Abeg, Mama Ejima, you get bread?
You no go believe see person just buy the last one. No.
Mama Ejima, you don't get mineral now.
You know dey. You know say mineral don't cost. And money never reach to buy, but I go get tomorrow.
Hey, Mommy Ejima, abeg, sama me one pure water there.
My brother, pure water don't finish, but I go soon get,
Mama Ejima, why things no dey dey your shop now?
My sister, I never get money buy things for my shop. And all the people wey wan borrow me, they use interest rate pursue me. No worry, everything go soon dey.
My people, oya run go collect I go trade loan, make your shop full yakata, make business dey boom. I go trade by Sterling Agent Banking, na the only loan wey no dey choke. Dem get better interest and information technology.